In 2023, the audit reports revealed that 3.8 billion in undisclosed areas across government departments. According to the findings, Office of the President accounted for areas totaling to 17.1 million. Ministry of Agriculture, 13.6 million. Ministry of Basic Education, 3.1. In total, areas worth 34.4 million went unreported.
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 That is the thing. Not just unreported. How many more? How much more was unreported?
Exactly.
Yeah. And in addition to that,
Mm-hmm.
you have all the illegal virements which have been going to the president's office and to other ministries where they're supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that. That I'm sure was not captured in those reports.
Exactly. What is also not captured, what is also not captured here, and our debt is actually significantly underreported. The government always undertakes, these contingent liabilities, taking guarantees. These ones, and if you notice that some of these arrangements have not succeeded, in some countries, guarantees, they are reported on the balance sheet as 1-to-1. If the government guarantees, let's say 100 million, that should be recorded as 100 million in debt.
Yeah.
In some countries, they will just discount it by a certain amount, saying, okay, there is this % chance that it might fail, so we discount it by a certain amount. Our government doesn't even report it.
And as you said, that's contingent liability, which will be hung around our necks. But this government doesn't even bother about that. That's why the central bank can go out and say they gave $100 million to private businesses to import food stuff. And by all accounts, we'll be able to see all those audits come out. By all accounts, it's 200 million, not 100 million that was given out by central bank. This is the government that sat there a couple of days with the IMF and gloating about their performance. And Gambians need to know that ECF, this is something you give to a government that is underperforming. When they have protracted balance of payment issues, that's when you give them the extended credit facility to help them come out of that. ECF is nothing for anybody to gloat about. It means you are underperforming or you're performing poorly. So they give you a medium-term facility to help you grow out of your protracted balance of payment issues. They couldn't even handle that properly. They couldn't come out of it. And they have to give them sustainability facility. That is a longer-term facility. And is exactly for the same reason. We give you the ECF, you couldn't get any substantial headway. So we give you this facility now for sustainability because you are not doing what you're supposed to do.
Wow.
It's an indictment on any government.
It's nothing to celebrate.
No,
we are celebrating that at least we're able to attract that much money. 17 point something.
If I may add on to that, it's actually consider the fact that during the press conference between the IMF representative and the minister. The IMF representatives made a specific point that one of the things that they the government had to do was to make sure that the anti-corruption commission it was set up.
Yeah.
Now I think
why would he say that?
Why would he say that? If you already, for IMF to actually mention that, made a point of mentioning that as a condition, means that they already know and believe that you have a major corruption problem in your government. Think about if you are going to borrow money from a bank and they have some sort of a condition that says something about you need to basically, have a situation where, that made so that somebody has to look after you and check everything that you do and monitor you.
Yep.
The point here is, everything that IMF is currently they are dealing with the government shows that the government of the Gambian economy is underperforming significantly. The government stewardship of the economy is very lacking, and the resources are being wasted. Corruption is a huge problem. So IMF report, they won't come out and say these things blatantly.
Yeah.
They have to use a certain diplomatic language. Things like, instead of using physical indiscipline, they would use phrases like physical slippages. But when you read these reports and you read between the lines, what you will notice is that there is nothing whatsoever to celebrate. It's an absolute indictment of this government's management of the economy. Because a country that's doing very well, IMF will not go and tell you, make sure your anti-corruption commission is working.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have to believe that corruption is at an unprecedented level in your government before they insist on that.
It looks like the separate. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, in addition to that,
Yeah.
they told the central bank to concentrate on its core mandate. Right? You are here distributing forex to people who are not supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be working on inflation,
Yeah.
on tightening monetary policy, on getting the sustaining fallacy. They tell you, well, actually, you can't do that anymore, so make sure that you keep it floating, right? Because you don't have what it takes to defend the fallacy anymore. So concentrate on your core mandate and forget all of this thing of financing enterprises and businesses that you're doing right now. That's not your mandate. That's for the secondary banks. And you don't go about guaranteeing loans for private individuals, particularly for the president's nephew.
Yeah.
That is, the contingent liability is again there for us.
Yeah.
So the IMF is telling you, you are getting it all wrong. Concentrate on those core mandates of yours and forget the others.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all of these things, if you don't know the language, you probably think that is, but
Yeah.
if you're used to that language, you've been working in those things, you know this is an indictment.
Indictment.
This man said it means the corruption is festering, and you have to get rid of that. The misuse of the funds is festering. The central bank is depleting our reserves by giving that money to other people who are not entitled to it from the central bank. And it's increasing our contingent liability, and the dollar is depreciating. So these are the things the IMF was saying.
Yeah.
But for the ordinary Gambian, you wouldn't hear that behind, but this is what they are saying.
I saw the story and I'm thinking, well, it looks like we're doing good.
No,
because the IMF is giving us more money.
Opposite. It's quite the
They are
opposite.
not giving it. It's a
They're giving a
credit facility.
yeah.
Credit.
Facility. Yeah. At least
Credit is it's not a gift.
it's not a gift.
It's a loan.
It's a loan.
And to help you to perform.
Talking